famous tzaddik of Chaim Chernovitz, known as the Ber Maim Chaim, who wrote the Siddur Shel Shabbos. And it was said by the Hasidim, on Shabbos he was a foot taller, he looked totally different. By him, Shabbos was the most incredible day of the Heilige Tzaddik of Chaim Chernovitz. And he had a son named Kalman, who was Machal Shabbos B'Far Hesed. Painful, very painful. And the Hasidim asked him, Rebbe, why do you treat him so nice? You see, he used to treat him with toiv and with chesed, and he gave him kavod, and he said, oh, look who's here, he's mechabed him, as if he held with him. And his Hasidim said, why don't you throw him out of here? What's he doing around? Why do you let him come to the tish? Why are you giving him food and money and clothing? Why are you being so nice to him? So he said, because every single morning, I get up in the morning, and I say a tefillah, and this is the tefillah that we're all going to say, that we say by the groups. Okay, the tefillah that was penned by Reb Chaim Chernovitz. And basically he said, Hashem, I know what it's like to have a kid that is not doing what you want. But how do I deal with my kid? Do I throw him out? Do I look at him and say, I can't look at you? No, I supply him, and I'm nice to him, and I give him kavod, I give him what he wants, even though he's not doing what I want. If I can do it, Hashem, I'm just a regular person, said Reb Chaim Chernovitz, if I can do it, you can do it, Hashem. Please, go ahead and give good things to people in Klal Yisrael, even though they don't deserve it. Give them shidduchim and refuahs and money, parnas, all good things. And with having this tefillah, it's a very interesting tefillah, because the normal tefillah is that, to get hashpah, and then the angels, the malachim come and they say, but the guy doesn't deserve it. This tefillah is very hard to block, because he's saying, I know they don't deserve it. I also have a kid that doesn't deserve it. But if I can do it, you can do it. Kirachem av albanim, mida keneged mida kein terachem Hashem aleinu. So when you go ahead and you extend the kirachem av albanim, when you show Hashem that even though my friends and my family and all these other people said I should throw my kid out, but I'm not going to do it. You know why? Because my kid. When you extend, like the parents here, like what you're doing, extending the kirachem av albanim, mida keneged mida, Hashem is forced, so to speak, because He set it up that way. Kein terachem Hashem aleinu. He's forced to do the same thing. And with that, Reb Chaim Chernovitz twisted Hashem's arm to be mashpia on Klal Yisrael. And that's what his Talmud, Reb Meir Miprimishlan, said. Reb Meir Miprimishlan says that that's pshat in the pasuk, Vayev Yitzchak es Esav, ki tzayid b'piv. He loved Esav because Esav brought him barbecue steak. What does it mean? Oh, I love your ribs, Esav. Yitzchak was Eilu Tamima. Yitzchak he was shaykhis to Eilam Hazeh. And Yitzchak all of a sudden likes good, yummy food. Says Meir Elazar. The Gemara says at the end of time, Hashem is going to go and tell Avraham Avinu, Banecha chatu, your children sinned. And Avraham Avinu, for whatever reason, now's not the time to get into it. But he says, Yimachal Kiddushmecha. Wipe him out. Yaakov, Hashem goes to and he says, Yimachal Kiddushmecha. All of a sudden, of all the others, Yitzchak pipes up and says, hang on, 1 second. They're sinning all the time. They have to eat. They have to sleep. A third of the day they're busy sleeping. They're parnasa. They're not so bad. Deduct all of that. And the rest, I'll split with you. Palgi olai, palgi alach. I'll split it with you, Hashem. And He's the one who rescues us. So Frekter Meirel, why out of all the others, Dafka was a Yitzchak to save us? Why Dafka Yitzchak? Pachat Yitzchak. Midas Hagvura. The last person who should come and save us. Avraham Avinu, maybe. He was more chesed. Yaakov, different. Yitzchak, why Dafki Yitzchak? Says Ramayro that Yitzchak had a time. Avraham Avinu had a Yishmael. Lamaisa, he didn't want to throw him out. Ein kan mekayimai to explain it. We have another clip that explains that. He didn't want to throw Yishmael out of the house. But Lamaisa, he did. Yaakov Avinu mitasai shlema. Yaakov never had to deal with a kip, with an off-the-derech kid. Yitzchak tells Hashem, I know how you feel, so to speak. Because I had an Esav. And what did I do with my Esav? I loved him. Vayev Yitzchak es Esav. I loved him. It says one of the reasons that he became blind was because he became from the smoke of the Avodah Zarah. From Esav and his shiksus. Why did he put a sign, no smoking in the house? Throw him out, no smoking in the house. He tolerated him. He knew who Eliphaz was, the Steipler says, and many other Mefarshim say. He knew that Esav and Eliphaz, but he kept Eliphaz on his lap. He raised him, and all of his friends said, why are you being so nice to Esav? I hope that he's going to do tshuva. The Aruch Chaim HaKadosh says that he wanted to give Esav all of the Yerusha, all the money, hoping that through that he'll see how much his tati loves him and he'll do tshuva. Yitzchak always kept Esav around. And he kept Eliphaz around. And his friends probably said, oh, you're going to that fish-off guy? We're crazy. Throw him out. Cut your losses. You have a Yaakov. You have a Gadol Adar. You need also an Esav. You need Eliphaz to go around being a bad Ashpa. Eliphaz was a murderer. He raped his father's wives. He was bad. He was father of Amalek. Lefisha Gadol Eliphaz v'cheikoi shel Yitzchak. That's why Mashach Yada, he didn't kill Yaakov. The whole Yiddishkeit, the whole Klal Yisrael was alive because of that. But anyway, Yitzchak never did any richuk. So he goes to Hashem and he says, Hashem, I understand. I'm just a basar v'dam, but I know what it's like to have a kid who's really, really ruffling my feathers. It's frustrating. It's upsetting. You don't want to be mashpi on them. But look what I did with my kid. Vayev Yitzchak as Esav, because by doing that, kitzayid b'piv shel Yitzchak, to trap Hashem. It put the ability for Yitzchak to trap Hashem, because what's the answer? There's no answer to that. It says Ramayro that's pshat what the Ber Maim Chaim was doing. The Vayev Yitzchak as Esav kitzayid, you're trapping Hashem, you're twisting Hashem's arm. There is no answer for the tefillah of you parents that can be mashpia for the whole Klal Yisrael, bigger than any tzaddik in the world. Because you could say, Hashem, we went to the therapist, we went to all the Eitzah gavers, and they all told us, throw out our kid, cut our losses, but I'm not going to do it because Kirachim of Abanim, you'll see what a parent is. Look how you people are mamish twisting yourselves into a pretzel, bending over backwards. So when we say this tefillah after group, you have to realize you have to chance to every single day say this and be mashpia, simcha and nachas and refuas and shidduchim for everything in Klal Yisrael. We're going to say it out loud together. The tefillah that Reb Chaim said every single morning. He said, Rebbeinu Shalom, look at how I treat my child. Even though he doesn't follow in the correct path. I provide him with good and kindness. I'm just human. Now this is Reb Chaim Chernovitz. You parents are not the Chaim Chernovitz, sorry to tell you. You could say, Hashem, we're just puny little people. We care about shadichim for the other kids. We care about the neighbors. We don't want people to talk about us. And we're putting all of that on the side to walk around with my kid outside with the tattoo, with the mini skirt, whatever it is, smoking on Shabbos, because that's our mahalach. You mamish can break the heavens. I'm just flesh and blood, a human. Avinu Avarachman, how much more so you, our merciful Father. You are toiv u'meitiv v'rav chesed, good and giving and overly generous. Certainly it's proper for you to treat your children this way. Even if chas v'shalom, God forbid, they're not doing the Ritzon Shemakan. Learn from me. If I can do it, you can do it. That's what you have to tell Hashem. If I can tolerate this kid, you can tolerate your kids. You should always have in mind to daven for people. You can mamish break zerus. Kayach tefillah of you parents.